Hey, how you guys doing today?
Good, man.
Great.
How you doing? You excited about the big news with Maddie Holiday?
Yeah, that's exciting stuff. You guys called it last week. You guys were right on.
Newsy. Newsy.
Yes, we were.
How well do you know him?
I've talked to Matt a little bit, just with him, coming back and being around the stadium and being in the cage. But I think I might have said this last week, but I played for his dad at NC State. His dad was a pitching coach my freshman year. So I know his dad a little bit. I obviously know Matt a little bit. So I'm looking forward to it. I think that's it's a great hire. I think he's going to be really helpful, especially on the hitting side. A guy that was so good for so many years, being able to pick his brain and learn from him. It's going to be excellent. I'm excited.
And how about also with Dusty Blake, with Turner Ward? I would think from an organizational standpoint, whenever you're promoting from within, not just at the big league level, but at the minor league level, that just gives everybody the opportunity to say, hey, if I keep working with the Cardinals, I have a chance to move up and eventually get to the big leagues and get these big jobs.
Absolutely. I think, in a way, it's the same mindset you have as a player and a coach. It's, kind of the next man up mentality. So, if one guy goes away, the next guy's ready to fill that spot. And I think that's the mindset for a lot of Cardinals players coming through the system. At least it was my mindset of always being the next guy ready. And I think it's sort of the same approach as far as the coaching staff. It's like, there's such a good culture that it's just guys are pushed along and pushed through and eventually will make it up to the big leagues as long as they keep that, mentality of wanting to win.
So Jeff Albert took a lot of heat as Cardinal hitting coach. Now, that comes with the job. No matter where you are, what team you're with, if the team doesn't hit, the hitting coach, sometimes they're actually a scapegoat, even though that they're not totally responsible. So he left because, as John Mozeliak pointed out, he just felt like he was kind of being overly targeted. Just your take on what Jeff Albert did and working with him. Because the truth is, there were stretches where you guys were hitting the ball like crazy last year. Overall, good offensive numbers. And in a way, I don't think he got enough praise, but he always took the barbs when the team wasn't hitting. So what's your assessment of Jeff Albert, and also whether or not, the criticism was due or undue?
Yeah, that's just, hitting coaches probably up there with one of the worst jobs to have in the world, because you really never get any of the credit, but you get all of the blame. So it's a tough spot to be in, for sure. But, I love Jeff. Jeff was always really good to me, and Jeff was a hard worker. I mean, he was in the cage, available 24/7, video, front toss machine, available outside on, BP, and he was approachable. He was fun to talk to. He was good to learn from. I don't have enough good I could keep going on and on with nice things to say about Jeff and the way he worked and went about his business. But, yeah, it's absolutely, it's a tough job, and especially in St. Louis when, you have really, really good fans that are really invested. So they're always paying attention to the game, and whether he deserved the blame or all the credit, it's never one man's job to win or lose a game, especially as far as the hitting. When all year we face good pitching day in and day out, it's a tough league. And I will say that Jeff had everybody prepared physically and emotionally from a video standpoint. So I always thought Jeff was great.
So let me ask you this, and tell me if I'm wrong. I want you to be honest about this. I've always said that, just being around it, that hitters generally, you get to the major leagues, whether or not you're flourishing offensively or not, but everyone has a hitting guy that's helped them along the way. You don't get to the big leagues without a lot of help. And it's been my experience that regardless of who the hitting coach is and whether or not you work with them, you always have a guy you lean on who knows your swing because you've been with him forever. Am I right there that most major leaguers have a guy outside the coaching staff that they lean on a little bit for getting them back on track where things aren't working out at the plate? Am I wrong?
I don't think you're wrong. I don't know how many guys have their own personal hitting guy. I know there are guys that do. I don't know what percentage of guys in the big leagues actually go outside of the coaching staff on a regular basis. I don't think it's very high, but there are certainly guys that do that. But it's always good, in my opinion, to, if you have a guy like that or a guy that you work with in the past that knows you really well, I don't think it's hurtful or harmful to go and seek out help. I mean, I think that's a part about being a baseball player. It's, if you're in a slump or you're struggling, maybe one little key word from somebody might help you, whether that's mom, dad, former high school coach, former college coach, a guy you had in the minor leagues, or a guy currently on the staff. You're always looking to improve and learn. So to answer your question, I really don't know what that percentage is.
So, Kiz, we talked with you about this last week. Now that Holiday is the bench coach and it's set in stone, are you going, because we know you're a really nice guy, so are you going to give him number 7? But I think you need to actually get something out of it. And because we have Matt Holiday on, you could actually start the negotiations right now, and then we could play this for him next Monday, so you can have your opening offer for what you want in return for number 7.
Yeah. I said it last week. If he wants number 7, I will gladly give it to him. He's a Cardinal Hall of Famer, a Cardinal great. He's coming back, and I'm sure just the, experience he can pass down to me and what he can teach me, I'm sure that'll be enough payment. So he can have number 7, and I'll move on to a different number. I've been eyeing up number 8, so maybe I'll just move up one digit.
What about 77?
77, I think 77 is available, but I don't know if I want to go that high. That's kind of like a lineman or something like that. So I don't know if I want to go too high in the digits.
Yeah, I get you on that.
Hey, Kiz, one guy who did get elevated to the coaching staff, I know you've spent a lot of time around, is Brandon Allen, hitting coach. You had him at Double-A, I know, in Springfield, and then obviously with the Memphis Redbirds. But what do you think he brings now?
BA's great. BA's a guy, super quiet, but very observant. And to have a guy on the staff like that, I think is really important, because he's a guy that's going to be a hard worker, which I know he is. He's a great guy. He played. He understands how tough the game is. He kind of provides, at least in my experience in talking to him, he provides that kind of like steady, calming voice, at least in my experience with him, which I think is really important to have in the cage every day, because he's going to be a guy where you're going to spend a lot of time with him. So he's fun to be around. He provides good insight on hitting and approach. Like I said, he's played, he's done it. He gets it. And I think that was great. I think it's a good opportunity for him.
Hey, Jackie Boy on the text line wants to know, they actually wants to pump your tires up. He says, tell Kiz that was a hell of a fish that you caught with Miles Michaelis. I guess it's Miles Michaelis. You've been hanging out with him? He seems like a fun guy. Yeah, I've been hanging out with him. We went out on his boat. He's got a nice boat. He's got a show boat for sure. And, he always makes it clear that it's like special invite only on his boat. And if you get that special invite, it's pretty much guaranteed that you're going to catch a big-time fish. So I enjoyed my time out on the open seas of Miles. It was fun. Obviously reeled in a nice sailfish for my first catch, which is hard work, by the way. I mean, that was like a legitimate workout. And I'm just waiting for the invite. He said I didn't get sick at sea and I didn't lose any of his fishing rods, so I'll get the invite again to go back out fishing whenever he goes. All right, last thing before we let you go. So I just want to be clear on this as we pump out disinformation and misinformation. What we do. For when we have Holiday back. You want $200,000 for the number, and you want half of that sum to be given to the staff at Hot Take Central. That's it. Correct? Hey, 50 for you. If you can work that deal, that works for me. 100%. Jimmy can. Oh, Jimmy can. All right, kids, go do your thing, man, and we'll talk next week. Enjoy the off season. All right, thank you. I'll see you next week. See you, buddy. See you, buddy. Boy, that'd be nice. See ya. Hey, if anybody can do it, we get 100. If anybody can do it, you can. How do we divvy up 100,000 among the Deas? That's a good question. There's 5, so you think it'd be an easy number. Everyone gets 20, but then you wonder. You did all the work, though. But yeah, but you wonder, do we give Seth extra because he's equality? I'm a hardworking intern host. When was the last time he missed? That's value. He doesn't miss. I don't know. We do it based on who's on the show. So we count up the shows, Seth gets
Do you happen to be out of town?
Who is it then?
Do you happen to be out of town for
Seth,
baseball reasons?
Then me,
or in town and
Seth,
just don't want to be here?
Then Nate, then Charlie, then Jim. If that's the case. Nate's been here more than you. I don't know. Nate, I don't know. He went down to Austin a couple times. And you know what? If he comes in halfway through the show, we count that as a loss too.
If you have an unexcused absence, Charlie Marlowe has never had an unexcused absence.
Mitchie, who is that you're sending in? The pick. Who is that again? I don't know. Anytime we have somebody on, Mitch always throws out stuff like that. Confuse me. I wonder what Miles Michaelis' boat looks like. He's probably got a badass center console. What do you got up there?
For show. Post Sports Bar and Grill, the official cheesesteak of Hot Take Central. They bring you Matt Holiday Mondays, Seth's Trivia Tuesdays. We're actually going to do it on...
We're going to do it today.
Okay. We're going to do it here in probably about 10, 20 minutes or so. The official cheesesteak of Hot Take Central. Stay posted, my friends. We are into the 9 o'clock hour, which is brought to you by our guy, Connor Lee. Connor Lee, I was floating through Facebook yesterday. Connor Lee's a big Blues fan. And he was like, come on, Blues, let's go. I think everybody agrees. Blues, let's go. Connor Lee, he's in your neighborhood. He's a Blues fan. But most importantly, he can take care of your exterior needs, roofing, siding, gutter replacement and repair, especially if you have storm damage and you're not looking to go through the insurance claim process. They will hook you up, help you get financed for that exterior replacement project. Then your neighbors are jealous. You got curb appeal. Your home is worth more, whether you're trying to get it reappraised, take some money out. Maybe you're trying to sell it. Your home will go for more with the brand new exteriors from Enterprise Contracting. So call them up, inquire about their free storm damage evaluation, or ask them about their ongoing seasonal promotions. Just mention you heard about it right here on
Hot Take Central.
On 590 The Fan. They will hook you up. Call them up, 314-455-5000. Take it from me.
Go see Connor Lee at Enterprise Contracting. Engineer Design Facilities is a full-service vendor for professional servicing of your commercial fire alarm and suppression systems, baby. My boy Christy Pondoff just hung out with him the other day over at beautiful Centene, baby. EDF's fire division is now testing, inspecting, and maintaining the fire system on all commercial kitchen and restaurant hoods. You hear that?
Yes.
All y'all out there.
Yes, we heard it.
All y'all out there that have restaurants, call my boy up, Chrissy Pondoff, Engineered Design Facilities, or you can just email them at fire@edf-rg.com. They'll have a technician come out and give you a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. 90 years experience? Is that enough for you? Is that enough for you? You're damn right it is. 90 years experience. EDF, fire@edf-rg.com. Hell yeah. Let's go. You guys haven't even brought up Goldie and Nolan being MVP finalists and Donovan being a Rookie of the Year finalist. Also, Ollie was snubbed for Manager of the Year finalist. Let's say you, Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
Ollie deserves it. I mean,
right.
That's his first year, and he turns the team around.
Pretty good. With all that chaos going on. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Turns them around.
Pretty damn good.
As if they were like a last-place team or something?
No, they were a team that I think was floundering at points this season where you wondered if it was going to happen, and they got hot.
Yeah. They put on a show.
That's what I mean by turning
juggled
around.
all
There
the
were times
egos.
they were floundering, and they got to the postseason.
They won 17 games in a row last year under Schulte.
Oh, yeah.
So he should get it?
They should have given it to Schilt.
Yeah, it's for last year. What are we doing?
And then also,
So we're punishing Ollie now? Is that what
That's
you're
what you
saying?
do.
I'm not
It's only
punishing
fair.
Ollie, but to act like he took over the Bad News Bears.
Sounds like a conspiracy theory to me.
Oh,
I like a central hitting coach.
On election day?
You could also
I
just
don't like
look
that,
up,
Charlie.
for example, how many wins they had last year, and you could look up this year's wins, and the Cardinals are always good.
Conspiracy theory to me.
Yeah, but they weren't floundering at times this year? Of course
Do you
they
guys
were.
get energy off of that? No, not really.
When were the Cardinals floundering? I mean, weren't they always pretty good all year? They were behind the Brewers by what?
Man,
A couple tree games?
they made a charge like they were the cavalry. And, of course, the Brewers helped by playing terrible baseball. But I think that would put you in the mix your first full year as manager.
I agree with
I got
that.
out of a hat.
You don't think that has more to do with John Mozeliak going out and getting Quintana and Jordan Montgomery?
Why do you hate Ollie?
Why do you hate Ollie?
I love Ollie.
he-
I'm not a rights holder acting like he took over a bad team. He took over a freaking team that wins every year and goes to the playoffs every year. I
How
never
come you always
realized how much
complain
of
about
a...
it?
Am I wrong, Nate?
How come you always?
I never realized how much of a ass I was. Yes, I'll stand beside that.
You agree with him, Nate?
Nate, am I wrong?
What's the argument about this now? Ollie turned the team around?
No, I said he navigated. Yeah, there are times when they were floundering. He got them through, got them hot at the right time, went cold at the wrong time.
Juggled the pool holes,
But I would think that he would be someone who would deserve consideration for manager.
Oh, I
of the year.
actually thought who won it?
Yes, he juggled that very well as Yachty was away from the
Did
team
they
for
announce
2
who
months.
won it, or are they in the finalists?
The
stage?
finalists are
He could have been gone for a week.
Terry Francona, Brandon Hyde, the Orioles manager, and then Scott Cervais.
But National League. Those are all
I'm sorry.
American League.
Dave Roberts, Showalter, and Brian Snitker.
How about Thompson, by the way, who
right.
actually did turn around a team that fired their manager and then took them. I know the World Series and all the playoffs don't count for this award, but still, that was an actual turnaround.
No question.
And
no
when
question.
when
all I'm
Schulte won
saying-
it, like when Mike Schulte won it, I would say he turned around the team.
Elmer
I mean, they
Fudd?
went from missing the playoffs to going to the NLCS, which is a pretty drastic turnaround. I mean, like the Cardinals definitely outperformed even what Vegas had them pegged for, which was what? They were around 83 or 84 wins is what we
And they
calculated.
finished almost exactly as I predicted.
I think
because of-
Pacoda had him lower.
Yeah.
So
all I'm saying was, I think it's fair to say he deserved consideration. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, for sure. I think so, too. I mean,
Okay, there's no
I would
argument.
probably have elevated him over Dave Roberts, to be honest. I mean, the Dodgers payroll is huge. Dave Roberts, the longer he manages, I think the more he gets exposed. The one that will probably win is don't you think Buck Showalter? I mean, the Mets won 100-plus games. I don't know if anybody really had them coming out of the National League East, and their sort of surge to the finish line was impressive, where they eclipsed the Braves' big lead halfway through the season.
Right. I'm not trying to criticize Ollie. My point is more so.
It seems like.
Friend of the show, by the way.
Love Ollie. Well, it was a 90-win team last year that became a 93-win team. All I'm saying is that's not a turnaround. It's a really good organization that wins every year. Ollie did a great job, but I don't think it was like. It's not like he took a 90-win team and they won 106 games.
Didn't say that. I just said he got them through times where they were floundering, got them to where they ended up, which was pretty good. Probably deserves some consideration for manager of the year based on the fact that it's his first year.
When were they floundering?
They went through stretches like every team does where they're not hitting and they lost some games. And it looked like
Floundering.
And it looked like, maybe wild card in a bad division. I get that. But all I'm saying is he deserves some consideration.
He took a team of Hall of Famers and rookies as a first-year manager to 93 wins. I think that's pretty gosh dang good. Showalter absolutely choked Jackie Bite.
That's all
Nate,
really
you got it
no
backwards.
need to argue is that I just said
What's that?
I think it's fair to say he deserved consideration. That's all I
You said he was snubbed.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the tape.
Go to the tape. Get the tape going. The Brewers have won a game more recently than the Packers. Really?
Really?
Wow.
No,
Is that
wait a
true?
second. Showalter. Whoa. Wait a second.
Okay.
Showalter
Let him have it then.
choked. Showalter maybe choked in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's based on the
but it has
regular
nothing
season.
to do with the postseason.
Oh, Jackie boy.
Marmol
has to
choked.
do-
Jackie boy.
Say that again. What did you say,
I said
Seth?
Marmol choked.
Oh, my.
We'll be clipping that off.
You're going to let him say that? Kat, you're going to let
Woo!
Seth say that?
Get him, Seth.
It's hard to make the argument, though, for like Showalter. The Mets did really well, but the Mets also got a lot of good additions throughout the offseason. They got Bassett, Marte, Scherzer. So it's hard to say.
You reading that?
What's up?
Were you reading that? It looked like you went to.
No, I was just looking at the list.
I swear, I'll never speak to you again.
Even if you were reading it, say so what?
Trying to
Say so what? I'm reading.
discredit me here.
I'm reading the.
See who really
But-
takes care of you on this show? Remember,
know.
Remember that.
You
Cam.
just tried to throw him under the bus. Last segment.
No, I gave him an opportunity.
Play
to
the drops.
show off the drop.
Play the
Play
drops.
the drops. I'm your friend. I'm going to mock you.
Yeah, play the drops
hoping
so I can
the
mock
drops
you.
aren't so good.
Play the drops so I can mock you. Mm-hmm. Play some drops, actually. Anything new? Any new drops back there?
Me?
Yeah.
I got a
No,
couple of
Charlie. Charlie, you got any new drops back there? Yeah. Did you clip off
Well,
any
what
more?
are you doing? You're doing the same thing now.
Yeah, I know. I'm an ass. I admit it.
Come on now.
Yeah, but you're not trying to say that you're the warm water,
exactly.
that nurtures.
I want to know about the
boys.
drops.
And he scores!
Oh,
I want to hear that.
God.
I played high school basketball. That's what I want.
Take a seat, you moron.
that's a good one.
Floundering. Cardinals started the year 7-3. They were never under 500.
Oh,
Yes, I will watch Tucker Carlson sometimes.
Thank you. In the offseason. Which for the Cardinals is a little too long because they don't win playoff games anymore like they used to from 2011. Played high school basketball 2015.
I don't like the yelling when democracy is at stake.
There it is.
Okay? We should all get along today.
Which is why
democracy is at stake today.
I don't accept early exits from the postseason and say, "Oh, he did a great job." Okay,
man.
I want winners.
Yes.
I want men.
Just hit the ball the other way like I did when I was in T-ball.
I thought we just.
Can you play that again?
I thought.
Just hit the ball the other way like I did when I was in T-ball.
That was a good one. That was a damn good one.
Thank you.
That was a damn good one.
I don't. Didn't we just say that postseason wasn't part of this manager of the year? Okay.
Correct. You said they were floundering.
Flounder.
You were wrong. Go to break.
I just voted. I did not see the choice for democracy on the ballot. I am very confused.
Democracy is the only thing on the ballot.
It's the only thing.
And here's the
Something
thing.
else at stake. Democracy itself.
Listen.
So true.
And also
So
understand.
true. Vote
so
blue.
true.
Go to break.
Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the
also-
deal. It's a difficult time.
Please understand, if you don't think the economy is good, educate yourself to understand why it is good, then go vote for
Quite
democracy.
frankly, that's nonsense. Here's the truth.
Democracy is at stake.
When you, like when I go vote at my place, it's peaceful, it's friendly,
I know.
it's efficient.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
'cause
be
you live
like,
in a good neighborhood. Jesus, I mean,
I'm gonna say to myself, everything seems okay.